You know that feeling? When the world is overcrowded with strangers, lovers conceived in anger, freedoms related to paper, security is wrapped in danger. I see the sunlight.
We're going to Potter's Field on Harps Island, the Bronx. And we're going to join the Catholic Church in honoring the dead on Ascension Day. We have to be there at 8:30 in the morning. And we're doing this because the homeless that live on the streets are increasingly becoming marginalized from society. And we feel that this is wrong. Potter's Field on Harps Island, 137 years. And since its beginning, things have not changed. And now is the time to change things.
Yes, who's going to change things?
We are going to change things.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. These are our... Who's going to change things? Let's see that shirt.
Let's see that shirt. Let's see that shirt.
So this is our...
The reason I'm going is because our co-founder is buried there, and we would like to be able to go and visit his gravesite, and we can't. That's the main reason why I got involved with this here, because it's not right how they're going to go ahead and say that homeless people don't have friends, and they are part of this community, and we need to honor them just as well as people that are alive. Harps Island, to let them know that we're not going to be pushed to the side. We're going to be out there to show our care about the dead who have passed on.
Negotiating with whoever's in charge. And in a minute, then I'll be approaching the group to see what's being said.
The goal is to have at least once a month a religious service on the island to pay respect to those who have died and who are buried there. We have already contacted ministers of several different denominations, and even if you're not family, the idea is to have a minister to be able to say that kind of proper religious farewell over the body or at the gravesite. For those who are known, as well as the John and the Jane and the baby Does, whose names are not known, we're looking to have, due respect paid to them. Because the fact that we're homeless, I could be in there next month. And my pastor won't be allowed to come into the island and say farewell to me. My friends won't be allowed to. I could be there next month. This is the experience of us. As we go through the shelter system, this is our experience. So that's who we are, and that's what we do. We're homeless people working for homeless people. We don't get paid for this. We're not in it for the money or the publicity, because we know the people over there. Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of them, we know them.
We talked to Tom Antennas on the phone, and he gave me directions to be out here today.
Yeah, there's a couple hundred thousand homeless people buried on
sure.
island.
Oh, really?
Yes, and the difficulty we have is that friends, family, and even the clergy are not allowed onto the island.
So now Charlie, Rogers, and Bruce are going to see if now there's room, because folks are telling us some people have canceled, and you can see behind them, that's Hart Island right there. So we're super close, and we're going to see if we can at least have 3 representatives from our Potter's Field work group get to go over on the ferry with the other people that are there to remember their loved one.
It seems to me that the conditions for identifying bodies, putting the bodies in the mass grave, and the process of removing a body, these procedures have not changed since horse carriage days. And
so would you say that this is fair, how they're treating the bodies of the deceased right now?
No, this is unfair. Time marches on, and we've got the resources now, modern technology, and we could do a better we could do this a better way.
How should we do this?
Well, we must have access to the deceased. The Department of Corrections, I mean, for me, it's a prison environment, and I would like to see the prisoners removed from the work, and that would open up the island. We could have volunteers planting flowers over there.
What would be one of the things you would like to see changed?
Oh, well, we must have, we have to open up the island. It's kind of a belittlement. I mean, here people are struggling to survive on the streets of New York, and when death comes, they're tagged with a number and heartlessly thrown into this mass grave. The boxes are stacked 3 high, and there's 50 rows of these boxes stacked 3 high for 150 bodies in one big hole in the ground. And with the United States of America, we struggle to relieve the world of tyranny, and this is one example where we have failed.
Services for homeless people in my work at Holy Apostles. And because it's important that every human being in life and in death be treated with dignity. And this is an effort to try to make it possible for those who are buried at Potter's Field to have decent burials that include prayer and reflection from the community and a real honoring of who that person was and what their life was about, and a commending of them to God as best we can understand God. So it feels to me like that's something that every faith tradition believes in and honors, and that it's really the very least we can do for our sisters and brothers. So that's why I came, and it's important for us all to be involved in it. We have some concrete steps going forward, and we have formed this Interfaith Friends of Potter's Field, and we have some plans about what we're going to do next, which you always want to come out of a meeting with action steps, you know? So that's good. I want to say also, in response to your last question, that I think that there's really a good prospect for this effort, because I think most people across New York have absolutely no idea of the treatment that the bodies at Potter's Field receive. And I think that there's a kind of a natural human response, thinking about how you would want to be treated, how you would want your own dead loved ones treated. I think we understand it instinctively if we think about it for a nanosecond, that people deserve to be treated with prayer and dignity. So I'm really hopeful.
You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words in foreign lands, and all will understand. You shall see the face of God and live. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you